As you get older, what's something that becomes increasingly annoying? Unnecessary noise. Grocery shopping on weekends. Other people. Time. There's either too much or too little. The years go fast and the days go so slow. My brain's the burger and my heart's the coal. My brain's the cliff and my heart's the bitter buffalo. Working nonstop. When do adults get summer break? It's been 16 years. Had some friends work after school programs for years after high school, couldn't figure why I was so miserable as they got summer and winter breaks. Discovering new aches and pains when you get up in the morning. Or when you're standing up. When I was young, I used to silently laugh at the old man noises my father made when he stood up from the couch. Listening to him, you'd think that standing up from the couch was so hard when it was obviously easy. Of course, now that I'm in my mid-40s, I'm making those sounds. When I stand up, it sounds like someone is strangling a Wookiee. Nobody warns you that gravity seems to increase as you age. 61 here with 3 titanium joints. They'll bet I can outgrown the bloody lot of you. The constant need to ducking pee. That's how my dad just discovered he had very early stage prostate cancer. So tell your doctor and you'll get a free finger in the ass. Free? People being excessively loud in public. Stop screaming. The length of time it takes to recover from an injury. Sprained ankle? 3 years. Wow, this blew up overnight. Reading all of these comments put my ankle into perspective. Some of you are really dealing with some tough injuries. Take care, do what your doctor says, and I wish healthy healing to all of you. Thank you for the award. My first. Or, ever. That may just be the way it is now. It certainly is for my back. If there are any youths reading this thread and you come across this comment, take care of your back, trust me. Waking up locked up and trying to decide if you go ahead and shit the bed or deal with the blinding pain required to make it to the bathroom is a situation I'd prefer you not find yourselves in. How does one take care of their back? Don't neglect your abs core. I'm not saying you need a six-pack, but do some ab exercises from time to time. I used to wake up in so much pain and couldn't move my spine for a good 20 minutes. Started doing planks every day and some other Pilates exercises, and within a month the pain was gone. I am not a doctor, but in my own personal experience and exercises have helped a lot with my posture and general mobility. Edit, as others have pointed out, what I meant to say was core, which your abs are a part of. Definitely agree, doing stretches and lower back buttocks abs muscle strengthening workouts also does wonder. Having a nice bed also helps, and not sleeping on a futon couch lol. Being tired all the time. This. So I work out to fix it. Now I'm tired and in pain. Duck you body. Hair coming out of my ear. I mean, what the duck? I have like 4 2-inch long eyebrow hairs that have started poking me in the eye. It's awesome. I'm not alone. The weird thing is I will trim the long eyebrow hairs, but then like 2 months later I'll suddenly be like, WTF, I keep feeling this hair in my eye, the goddamned eyebrow is back. My wife calls it my crazy eyebrow, and every 2 months or so she will loudly proclaim crazy eyebrow is back. And proceeds to plucking. Doesn't matter where we are, just has to get it. Of course she has tweezers in her purse but chooses to try with her nails about 20 times. My inability to fall asleep. It never ends till you're so exhausted you need to sleep an entire day. I found a podcast called Sleep With Me that I listened to with one earbud and on super low volume, side sleeper. The guy picks a subject and just goes on rambling somewhat repetitive tangents. Something about it just puts you to sleep. I think it's because it's so nonsensical that your brain chooses not to follow it and just goes into shutdown. It's definitely helped me. Noise. I 100% understand the angry old guys that would yell at me and my friends when we were running up and down the block yelling and being obnoxious. I feel this. There's a dude who walks through my neighborhood sometimes blasting the funkiest music I've ever heard. He's cool, but the guy who likes to race his ATV around the block whenever the spirit takes him gets on my nerves. Give it another 20 years and you'll hate them both. Petty stuff like Clothes not drying up completely and they end up smelling damp. The excessively bright LED headlights are killing me. Tinnitus. I only notice my tinnitus when somebody brings it up, asshole. I'm sure you're joking, but holy shit, it must be nice to have it go away sometimes. I'm joking the way I wrote what I wrote. I wrote it in good humor. But it still is true that I really notice it when someone mentions it or somehow at other random times. I can't hear for shit. Traffic. Just time wasted blowing away resources. Working from home doesn't just have to be because of the pandemic. With more high-speed internet, more workers should be out of the massive waste there is driving 1.5 tons of metal 2+ hours a day. Sharing the burden of other people's self-induced personal drama. Honestly, just drama. As a kid I didn't notice it. As a teen it was all around me and I was half involved. As an adult I'm so ducking sick and tired of hearing stupid drama. Especially when you realize many adults are barely better than 5-year-olds and some on par with toddlers. I feel like this was such a revelation. So many people just don't mature. Especially now that I teach kids, I see so clearly that so many supposed adults are just taller and heavier kids. Growing up I thought adults were special or great cause they're all grown up. After becoming one, I realized you just have to not die. No test or grade or anything. Just don't die and you get to be an adult. Bad manners. Why is it so hard to just be nice? People who just can't shut the hell up. Especially on the bus or train. I just want to go back to sleep. Coworkers who can't shut up are the worst. I can totally see why people want to continue working from home. Clutter. Stuff. It didn't bother me that much when I was younger, but it's definitely something that's gotten increasingly on my nerves as I passed into my 30s. Definitely exacerbated by the grandmother-in-law who will not stop giving us stuff, no matter how often we ask her to. This. Well-meaning family members decluttering their shit onto my spouse who can't say no. People lying for no reason. This drives me crazy. My husband and I work for a guy who never stops lying. He says he was a super secret Marine or some shit who was there when Osama bin Laden was killed. He knows Putin, played chess with him. Used to hunt down Japanese mafia. Had a hit on him from Al-Qaeda because he was such a good sniper. Dude literally just repeats movie plots. If you've been somewhere, he's been there killing monkeys with a samurai sword or some shit. We've known him 5 years and I knew he was a liar the very first conversation we had with him. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it had something to do with serving in the military and it was completely wrong. My dad was a major in the Air Force. We lived on Air Force bases my entire childhood. I know when he's bullshitting about serving. It's annoying, but I've realized from his ex-wife that it's likely a result of horrific abuse during childhood. We don't say anything. He's a nice guy and if that's what he needs to do to pretend he isn't a victim or whatever, I guess we can put up with it. I love people like this. It's horrible that the storytelling is a coping mechanism for many, don't get me wrong, but nothing is more fun than when they just keep getting deeper into the story when they realize you're interested enough to hear what they have to say. My chemistry teacher was like this in high school, he'd lie about quite literally everything, but it was fun having the whole class ask him questions about his claims and having him somehow save himself through the most insane mental gymnastics. It's like a game of how's he going to get out of this one? And against all odds, he does it. He finds a way to make two opposing realities somehow make sense in one coherently incoherent story. Easily the most enjoyable class I took in high school. Didn't learn any chemistry, but the deductive reasoning skills and logic I've learned in that class? Priceless. The Grinch in the first half of the movie, before his enlarged cardiac syndrome, becomes more relatable every year. Poor guy just wanted to be left alone and have some peace and quiet. But those neighbors from hell, the Who's, just wouldn't shut up. I feel the same way but about Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh. Hess supposed to be a grumpy old man for not liking it when the other animals are playing, but the thing is that 99% of the time they're playing really just means trampling on and destroying Rabbit's garden that he just spent all day making perfect. Like, I love you, Tigger, but why is it that you have to bounce around in Rabbit's garden when you have a whole freaking forest right there with nothing to mess up crash into? Rabbit discovers landmines.